Okay, there's still some part of an engine mount connected, so I'm gonna see where that is. I thought I got all the connections off, but it's moving the entire car still, so. Okay, I've checked the engine mount and the nuts are off completely, so I don't know why it's moving it. Transmission mounts are still kind of on, so I'm gonna undo those and see what happens. Alright, when I said engine mounts, I meant transmission mount. I'm gonna loosen these because I think it might be partially these, but they are loose right here, so I'm not 100% sure how that makes sense. But I don't think there's a little bit of a gap right there, but I don't know if that was there before or if that's just how dry rot happened. But it looks all disconnected to me, but
Mommy! Eat something.
alright, so they're all loose. I don't know, maybe the mount over there, because the transmission mount is right here and the engine mount is right there where that big hole is, and right there where that big hole is. So the nuts are completely out, so I don't know why it's lifting the entire car still. I'm gonna go one more time and see what happens.
Hungry?
Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm loosen it and drop it down a little bit and loosen the tension on the engine and figure out what else is going on. Okay, so I dropped it down. I wish I would have recorded this. The engine did go down, but I was also lifting the that side of the car, so I don't really understand what that was about. I think the engine mount on this side might be stuck, so I'm just going to take a sledgehammer and something to go in between that hole and try to hit it a little bit, try to knock it loose. But the engine did settle first before the actual car stopped moving, so it is loose completely. Alright, two things. So I got the little hammer and a big sledgehammer, just in case the little hammer can't do it. I got this. I'm gonna get a longer extension just in case it's not long enough. And also, I gotta figure out how to not have this move, because as I was trying to jack it up, it ended up sliding. I don't know if you could see that in the video, but it scooched up towards the car about an inch. So gotta figure out how to possibly jam something into those holes, maybe on that wheel. And other than that, we should be good. Gotta tap the motor mount loose, possibly. Hopefully that moves it. As long as I'm able to lift the engine a little bit, I can drop down the subframe, which is the chrome part of the car, and then I will be able to get this panel to drop down far enough to take it off and get to the solenoids. Alright, so this is going to be interesting because I got this leg for the cherry picker kind of in the way, because that big hole and that big hole are where I have to do it, and I got about that much room, which is probably about half a foot. So this can be interesting. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can maybe record this as I do it. I don't know if you guys can see the first hole towards the front of the car, but hopefully. Alright, now hopefully the engine will fall loose and not try to pick up the car. Alright, so I got a really sketchy idea that should lock the wheels, and if anything, they might slide. So all I gotta do is just put the pole from in here to in here and drop it down real quick if it does slide. So alright, attempt number 2 or 3, trying to remove it. So hopefully the engine moves and not the car.
I'm gonna donate, but I'm gonna donate here in a little bit. I'm not in a rush as long as I get there before 7.
No, stop. Why is it? Is your wheel leaving the ground on that side? Can you watch it? It might also be just suspension uncompressing. I didn't think about that. So this entire time I probably could have just pulled it out. Is it just lifting your tire?
No.
It finally moved.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
I think you did it. I just saw it twist. I think it's finally free.
He's actually letting you hold on to it for a bit.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, what is he gonna do it? We have a free engine. Thank God. Okay, that was it. It was just a little bit stuck. All right, let's see. What does that look like?
Another reason why I gotta go and donate.
Perfect.
'Cause I
That
can't
worked
really
out
pay for this
amazingly.
until I go and donate.
There's even a space in between there now. Perfect. All right, so now I just gotta figure out how to move this in a better way because it's just twisting the engine. So probably gotta move move that over, push this farther under, and then center it a little bit better because it is also pulling at an angle. So if I connect another chain here and get a triangle shape, it might be better and not try to twist. Alright, so the engine's free. Now I just moved the jack stand out of the way of that. I adjusted the screwdrivers a little bit so they're going to lock the wheels more. I lowered this so now it's loose. I'm going to try to get another connection, probably from this chain or something, to connect to here, because all it wants to do is just twist it and I need it to go straight up. Alright, so this is my new idea. I just tightened this down. I was going to try to feed something through here, but I figured since this is a engine mount connection, it should be strong enough. But I'm going to jack it up now and see what happens. It should be good, but it might bend possibly, so I'm just getting ready for that, and you guys are going to have a very, very close-up view just in case something crazy does happen with it. I want to be able to have you guys see, because especially with that looks kind of sketchy. Alright, now the suspension is coming up and the engine should be coming up soon. Okay, that wasn't bad. That was just one of those links back there completely shutting. I wish I would have got that on camera because it did kind of make a big dust cloud, but Alright, the engine mount popped loose, so that means the entire engine should be free, hopefully. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher just to confirm that it's free. Alright, engine is completely free. You guys just watch that entire thing move and check the connection and where the bolts go down into the bottom of the frame, which I might be able to show you is in there and then in there. I don't know if you guys can see that one, but oh yeah, that's almost all the way out. And the back one is still in there for the most part, but the front one's at least more out, so it is being lifted. That's nice. It is definitely getting some height, because yeah, that's a big gap, so that's good to know. It's actually moving. So now all I have to do is get this nut off, these off, and then the last bolt for the wheel bearing that is giving me a retarded amount of problems. And then somehow you can move this entire thing. When you disconnect some part of it, it will basically just float there, and then you can just have full control of the engine with one of these, or a jack underneath it with a block or something, and you can move it up and down. So now I just gotta figure out where this connects to, which is probably going to be that big bolt connection right there. Possibly, not 100% sure, but I think it is. And luckily, my biggest socket that I have is a 19, and I think that's an 18. So we're definitely good on being able to do most of this job. I'm gonna let you guys completely flat, and assuming you guys can see this bolt right here. I might have to get a breaker bar for it. I'm not even gonna try that. I'm gonna just get a breaker bar for that. Alright, so if this big thing can't do it, then we're screwed. But I should be able to, because all I gotta do is loosen it just a little bit, and I should be able to pop it loose. The only thing I have to worry about is the connection from this to this, liking twist in the middle right there. I've broken a lot of these, and they're Stanley too, so kind of surprised that they keep breaking. Alright, now I'm gonna test it, and hopefully it works, and you guys can see what I'm doing, hopefully. Well, bad news. It's a little misaligned. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. And you can see it used to be a little bit more straight than that. So I'm gonna have to figure out a new way to do this, because it's not straight anymore, and it's gonna end up snapping. Damn. And actually, there's a crack right there too. So yeah, this thing is definitely not gonna handle it, and that's kind of sad for the fact that it is a Stanley. Normally those things are pretty good, I thought, but I guess not. Also, I've been just kind of looking around on this car, looking at some things, and just wondering, does anybody know if I can fix this? Because, yeah, that's bad. It's only aluminum, though. which makes it scarier. But is that weldable?